Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive, pulls back, baseline jumper's good. OKC with their first lead of the second half. Williams has been hot all night, falling away, got it. 40 points for Jalen Williams. 28 remaining. Holmgren down the lane. A Holmgren hammer, and it's back up to a dozen.
This is Udart. You're listening to the Uncontested.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Uncontested Post-Game Show, part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and proudly sponsored by Prairie Artisan Ales. I'm your host on this Thursday that feels like a Wednesday, JD Silva, joined by Justin.
Hello, everybody.
Great work.
Ready to go extra long to match the energy the Thunder are giving us to start this season.
Yep. I titled this, I tweeted out the picture of Paul George from the commercial saying no OT tonight. And then I had to put no double OT tonight because, yes, if you didn't watch the game, another double overtime game in game 2 of the NBA season. So we're going to break that down.
First time ever a team has done
that. The first team to go to any overtime since like the 81 Rockets or something like that. And then first
I think
ever.
It was 2001, but 81 sounds better.
Yeah, it does sound better. So we're going to break that game down, give you some instant reactions. We were also in the arena for ring night, so we're going to give you our reactions from that. And then, we'll get out of here afterwards. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a 5-star rating if you haven't done so already. You can find us across social media on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc. We also have a pretty sweet Patreon you can check out by scanning this here QR code above my head or by clicking the link in the description.
Tomorrow, we're going to be giving away 3 free shirts to a patron. So there's still time, depending on when you're listening to this.
There's still time.
Go join the Patreon, and you could be the proud owner of a free Uncontested shirt.
And you dropped some sweet designs recently for ring night.
Indeed.
Check it out. Go to cottonbureau.com, look up the Uncontested. You'll see all of Justin's sweet artwork there. All right. It's time. I think today, us changing from Wednesday to Thursday has completely altered my rhythm throughout the week. This
Your
feels like
perception of time
in a good way. This feels like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's Friday
Junior. Eve, buddy.
Yeah, feels good. And it's a later show than we had anticipated, so that makes it all right. Thunder go double OT again, 2 double OT games. We were there for the first one, and then you had to drive your ass all the way home.
All the way home.
And then another one tonight. OKC beats the Pacers 141-135. Any game against the Pacers just can't be normal. It seems like seems like that cannot happen.
Unbelievable. The beginning of this game, I was thinking to myself, I made the comment at ring night that my brain has not switched off playoff mode. Instantly, it was like, this is a do or die game, even though it wasn't. And tonight, to start the game, I was unbelievably chill. No investment, just enjoying watching basketball. Who cares what happens? Half the roster's hurt. This game means nothing. That was all thrown completely out the window by the fourth quarter. This game was a rock fight, and it brought back all the finals PTSD, just came rushing back. Even though a lot of the major players from the finals were not on the floor, it all came rushing back. You had just ridiculous shot making. Jarris Walker turning into Hakeem Olajuwon at times.
Yeah, just throwing up bullshit, making it every time.
Ben Mathurin was unbelievable.
Yep.
And talking trash to his childhood friend Lou Dort every time down the floor, deservedly so. It was a slugfest. It was not pretty for anyone. Neither side can look at this game and say it was pretty. Neither side can look at this game and say that they played at full strength either. But you rather win ugly than lose ugly. And we're sitting here, the Thunder are 2-0 after playing 2 double overtime games. It's not been their best 2 games of basketball, but you rather be 2-0 than 0-2.
Agreed, and I'm very glad you brought up all the residual anxiety from the playoffs because I felt the exact same way. Like as the game, it was like 5 minutes left in the fourth, and I was like, "Why is my heart beating so fast right now?"
Yeah.
It's because the Pacers just lock you in. It's like
Yeah.
they make you sit up in your seat, and I give them all the respect in the world for that. But it's like they're going to put on an insane shot making display, and you have to respect it and be a part of it or lose, basically.
Yep.
So
I have to cut you off.
Please do. I just saw what happened.
Our guy, we are so back. Dave.
Yes,
Dave's
so
in the super chat. It says DOT, BTB, WTF, IH, double overtime, back to back. What the French? I don't know what IH means. I don't know. Anyway, we are so back. Thank you, Dave, for the super chat, as always. My favorite uncontested tradition. Now it really feels like the finals all over again.
It really does. We're back in playoff mode. A lot of fun. It was a rock fight. It was a really nasty game for a while.
Nasty.
They're really nasty, like especially for the Thunder's offense. They had like an 87 offensive rating for most of the game, which is terrible, of course. But there are some highlights. Do you want to start with Ajay Mitchell?
Yes, I do. If you said anything but Ajay Mitchell, I was going to interrupt you and say we should start with Ajay Mitchell.
Yeah.
Ajay Missile?
Ajay Missile? That's a shirt.
Ooh, that's a good nickname. He was an Ajay Missile tonight. New career high for Ajay Mitchell. My stats aren't loading.
What do you need?
Anything. I was going to read off box score. It's not
26
loading.
points, 4 assists.
Thank you.
A steal, 3 rebounds.
38 minutes.
9 of 19. Got to the line.
Yep.
4 times.
8 free throws. The aggressiveness, the decision making, the late game AJ ISO in overtime that didn't convert, but I wasn't mad about it. Like he is just very quickly cemented himself as an incredible player for this team. We've seen it coming. Jacob's been talking about it all summer, if not longer. We saw flashes of it last season, but through the first 2 games and especially tonight was just incredibly impressive. The Thunder are not in this game without AJ Mitchell.
No, he was so essential. And anytime he was not on the court and it was like just SGA with the amount of injuries that there were tonight, which we didn't mention at the top of the show, but no Caruso, no Cason Wallace, no J-Dub, obviously.
No Joe.
No Isaiah Joe, no Kenrich still. A lot of guys missing.
Topic.
No Topic, obviously. So AJ was literally the second best creator on the team. So he was not out there. It was noticeable.
And that's a big reason why tonight was so gross is I saw it. I don't know where it ended up through the entirety of the game, but OKC had like an 87 offensive rating in the half court in this game when last year they were like 105.
Yeah.
It was not pretty outside of Shai and AJ and later in spurts, Wiggins.
Yep.
It was disgusting. And even with Shai at times tonight, it was disgusting, which is wild to say on a night when Shai sets a new career high of 55 points, that this team didn't play well, including Shai for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And that continues to be something that is encouraging to me, is that you can come out and you can win a disgusting game like this where lots of players do not play to their potential, but you still find a way to win. Win or lose, they are finding ways to continue to try to improve, and improvement's not linear. And Mark set the table at Media Day talking about, we're going to try some things, we're going to experiment. Like it just because they want a ring doesn't mean the process changes. And you got some of that tonight. The process is not always pretty. But again, you take the outcome with a win over a loss every time, but the outcome is not the goal.
By the process isn't pretty, do you mean that Ousmane Dieng played 15 minutes? Is that what you were?
Was awful tonight.
He was so bad, dude.
Chet was awful tonight.
Chet. Oh my! We have to dig into that a little bit. He was sensational in game 1.
Yeah.
But man, he was all over the place, offensively, defensively.
Yep.
Just slipping everywhere. This was like a Poku Chet hybrid that I just hated. He fell and it looked really bad several times. It's just like, get this guy off the court before he hurts himself.
Getting out rebounded, missing bunnies. bricking threes, throwing the ball to Obi Toppin, but getting saved by a timeout, like at the very end of double overtime. It was bad.
He kept pump faking wide open catch and shoot threes, and then taking the shot after. It's like, dude, just shoot it.
Or better yet, save that move for when you're in the paint instead of going up and getting blocked. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. And it's tough to watch a game like that from Chet after game one. I think we'll circle back to that a little bit when we go back to ring night. He was phenomenal in game one, and tonight just never had it ever at any point in the game. Thankfully, they overcame it, but not the finest hour for Chet Holmgren tonight in Indiana. I guess Tony Bradley and Jay Huff,
Isaiah Jackson,
were too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Siakam also could guard him very easily. They have a lot of guys that can guard Chet.
Yeah, they do.
Toppin is tall. Like
that is something that I did want to touch on. Is yes, a lot of guys didn't play for both sides. Nembhard got hurt during the game, missed the rest of the game. These teams, of any teams in the NBA, like if we learned nothing from the finals, these two teams are the most primed to be unaffected by that. Like, yes, it was ugly, but both teams, for the most part, guys are going to know where they're supposed to be up and down the entire 15-man roster. And you definitely saw it from the Pacers. I think the Thunder looked a little more out of sorts than the Pacers most of the night. But these teams are built for this. And so it's not a surprise that the level of competition was there, even though some of the bigger players were out.
Totally agree. And I'm not going to linger on the Chet performance too long. I'm sure he was tired from playing a double overtime game 2 days ago.
Right.
Me
too, bud.
And you might say it's game 2. How can he be tired already? Guys have to work themselves back into game shape.
Yeah,
a little
it's
bit,
October basketball.
It's October basketball. So I'm not gonna linger on the Chet stuff.
I also think there's a mental exhaustion piece. It's game 2. The ring ceremony was an emotional night. Mark alluded to it. Like the guys, they didn't come out at the beginning of that game with their usual fire. I'm sure there's a little bit of a hangover with that. They're going to have to snap out of it eventually.
The shooting, man.
The shooting is
tough.
Brutal. What did they end up shooting tonight from deep?
28%.
Ugh.
And I'm going to look up what they shot in game 1. It was not much better.
Yeah, that's not great. 45% from the floor, 29% from deep.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Game 1, 28%.
Yeah, that's bad.
So they shot 28% both games.
That's bad.
It's pretty bad. I don't know. I just, in games like this, it's like you enjoy the win. You enjoy the little historic moments. Hey, one thing about double overtime games, you can farm up those career highs.
That's right.
For SGA and Ajay Mitchell, get those stats.
That's right. No, I do think obviously a big factor from going from game 1 to game 2, not having Caruso and Kaysen, they would have wreaked havoc on the ball handlers for the Pacers if we had those guys. That changes the dynamic quite a bit. I also think Kaysen, at this point, he's earned enough offensive respect that I think he was missed on that end of the floor too. There were times tonight where you probably needed that kind of clutch Queso 3 that you got in game 1 that wasn't available tonight. But to your career high comment, we would be remiss if we didn't talk a little more about Shai. The 55 points, new career high, had never had a 50-point game till last season when he had 4. And now we're starting off game 2 of 25-26 season with a 50-point game. Never felt like he was dominating. There were moments down the fourth quarter and overtime stretch of game 1 where he was dominating. He took over that game after being pretty bad to start. Tonight, he just kept getting it done. He continued to get to the line. Obviously, he had a lot of free throws. I'm sure a lot of people are going to have feelings about that. But
oh yeah,
I think everybody in Gainbridge Fieldhouse had a Vietnam flashback when he drove to the baseline and pulled up for that jumper.
Yeah,
that was Game 4-esque.
It was.
Took me right back.
Yep. Yeah, he had to try really hard to score, and when he didn't, he was putting up the threes that we don't really love, like the early shot clock step back threes that we don't really love from him that he does sometimes.
Well, and like the end of regulation, that play was awful.
Mental mistakes, like clearly just tired and wanted the game to be over. And I don't blame him for that. But
and especially tonight, right? It felt like the offense was so bad, especially without him on the floor. He was really it was a picture of what Shai would look like if he was on a bad team, is kind of how it felt tonight, right? Yep. Like those superstars who are stuck, like Devin Booker and Phoenix.
Exactly.
That's what the performance tonight felt like. That's exhausting.
Yep. One kind of big theme, if we want to start to wrap up this game and go into the next, is I'm realizing how much, this is going to sound dumb, but how much this team needs J-Dub, like their second best player.
Yeah.
Because not only is he their second best creator, he is like a top 3 defender on the team. Would have been great for a guy like Pascal Siakam tonight, and he was amazing.
Yep.
He's just very much missed. And you're going to get, like, you don't have the J-Dub kind of crossed the threshold last season when you're not going to get total stinkers from him. I don't think, like we got from Chet tonight. So just having that other guy that is going to be playing at an all-star level, it just changes everything. Like this isn't the Thunder team that we remember. This is something else that is fun in certain spots, but really miss that guy, the all defense, all NBA, all-star. Like he's important.
Yep. I totally agree. He has absolutely cemented himself with what he was able to do last season in terms of importance to this team, and I think you definitely feel it in the first 2 games. It's not a surprise, right? That's not going out on a limb, but a game like tonight, especially when Shai came off the floor, it was so stagnant. And I going back to that last possession of regulation, Shai gets the inbounds, tries to dribble in. Lou Dort's on the opposite corner, and his defender just completely leaves him and runs over and doubles Shai. And Shai tries to avoid the double and ends up shooting a pretty awful contested shot, which was nowhere close. That doesn't happen with J-Dub on the court, I don't think, right? Because Lou in that situation was like the next scoring threat. Like they were kind of setting him up to be an outlet, but Lou was what? 0 of 9 tonight? 0 of 10 from deep?
That was game 1. Tonight it was just 1 of 4.
Oh, okay. Great. Thanks for clarifying.
But we are seeing the Lou Dort that none of us really like that much, where he's like just one step up in the pecking order on offense, and he's just just not the same guy. Yeah.
I totally agree. And that the gravity on that play looks completely different with J-Dub out there.
Yep.
They miss him badly.
Yep. Totally agree. And we don't know when he's going to be back. Soon-ish.
That's the frustrating part, is like I want some kind of concrete update from the front office in terms of where he's at, what to expect. There's not really been much. There's just not been much shared, and I'm hungry for it.
I'm hungry for some.
The other thing that I thought was really interesting tonight, the Thunder threw some more zone looks out there, and they were pretty bad. It was early in the game. And I attribute some of that to the personnel. Like we talked about, you had a lot of guys playing roles they're not normally playing in the rotation tonight. And so I'm hoping some of that's personnel, but I also think, like I said earlier, it's the experimentation. Like that kind of stood out to me of like, all right, we're trying something here. It didn't go well, but you'd much rather do that experiment on October 23rd than May 23rd. And so I like seeing that stuff. I like trying to see, what are you tinkering with? The other thing that stood out to me as far as kind of in-game adjustments was the rotations. Shai came out early in both games so far in the first quarter. And then tonight, I'm trying to remember. I think he came back to start the second quarter.
And then he was out for quite a while, it seemed like. In the second. From what I remember. I was like... not as locked into the game for the first half because I was like, what does this game matter? I could just passively watch it, and then no. Anyway, it is interesting, like that kind of stuff. I think they obviously the personnel or lack thereof tonight probably dictated some of the rotations, but that's one that is kind of interesting to me. I want to keep an eye on,
how they're rotating Shai specifically. Does it change when Dub comes back? It's fun. It's fun to look at some of that kind of stuff. You can get very caught up in the weeds of why didn't this player play more in the second quarter, or why wasn't this guy in down the stretch? But I think it's helpful perspective. Again, Daignault laid it out there for all of us that we're going to experiment. We're going to learn things about this team. The goal of every game is to get better and to learn. It's not necessarily, it is to win. Like, to say it's not about winning is ridiculous. It's a professional sports league. It is about winning. But that's not always like, you don't do that at the sacrifice of these other things, or else you're going to find yourself in the playoffs with a bunch of weak spots.
Yep.
And if you want to win a championship, you got to figure that stuff out.
And 11 guys played tonight. We saw
that feels right.
14 minutes from Brooks Barnheiser. He was one of two.
Brooks was the first guy off the bench tonight.
First guy off the bench, dude.
Yeah. Partly because of foul trouble, if I remember. Yeah. Lou got foul trouble, I think.
And then
remembering correctly.
Oos also played pretty early into the game in the first quarter. Chris Youngblood scored his first basket, which was a 3 from the corner.
Brooks' first basket too in his home state, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Youngblood, he got his first basket. That was the first 3 of the game for the Thunder. So not only his, but the teams too.
Kind of would have taken all of Ousmane Dieng's minutes away and just given it to Chris Youngblood just to jack up threes.
Why not?
Offense was so ugly. My AJ Mitchell, Andrew Nembhard comp, I'm liking it. Someone on Twitter said he plays like Jalen Brunson.
Oh,
plays like, not same caliber of player.
Yeah, right.
And I kind of
agree. I can see it. That's a fun comp.
Yep.
He's going to be so good. He is so good.
And just got extended, making like $2 million a year until 27, 28.
Yep. He's absolutely, that is the contract that's going to get brought up every game by people who don't closely follow the Thunder, because he's going to do something. They're going to look that up and they're going to say, how the heck did Sam Presti do it again?
And again, he would
second round pick.
Yeah. I was talking to a guy on Twitter about how the Bucks passed on him twice. It's like, can you imagine if the Bucks had AJ Mitchell? They would feel so much better about the situation. He'd be playing 35 minutes a game for that team.
Yeah.
Like, what a luxury. What a luxury.
One other thing I do want to comment on, not related to the game, but related to the game. Really enjoyed Tim Legler tonight on the broadcast.
I did too.
A nice upgrade from the last time we watched the Thunder and Pacers play.
Hating works?
What? I mean, listen, NBA Twitter got rid of Doris. They're bringing back the trophy on the court. What's next? We've got a lot of power.
Yep. Complain. The chat tonight keeps saying, where's Jacob Niffen?
I agree.
Bring his ass back. Where is he? I'm just kidding. He was just busy tonight. He'll be back on Sunday. But yeah, it was awesome. We're winning.
It was great.
Keep hating.
Or
don't.
Hating
Love
works.
now. Love now. It's a good broadcast now.
Yeah. Still weird to have Inside the NBA on ESPN. The last 2 nights, I'm still adjusting to that. And having Ernie toss it over to Kevin Harlan was wild.
Yeah. And it is a little weird now where Inside the NBA is like, haha, we don't watch basketball. We're just here to make jokes. But the rest of the NBA coverage is getting more into like the weeds of actually playing. So it's kind of like old versus new style of NBA coverage. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I much prefer the new like NBC angle of things, to be honest.
I'm excited to actually watch an NBC broadcast, obviously being in the building for game 1. I didn't get to, but a lot of the comments that I saw online was pretty positive about it. So I'm excited to dig into that. But the other stuff they've done has been really impressive.
Yeah.
Seems like the thing that gets me the most is just the like constant putting down of the product. I think that's something the NFL does really well, is constantly hyping whoever the new stars up, whoever the new teams are, right? Like you can have a game between Kansas City and Buffalo, and if that was in the NBA, everyone would be talking about like, oh, these markets, are so small.
I wish this was the Rams versus
the Rams and the Patriots.
The Patriots.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
But no one cares about that in the NFL. And some of that is baked into the league history. You're not going to overcome all of it. but doing a better job of celebrating what's on the court is not a hard ask.
No.
It feels like it's the bare minimum. And if NBC does that alone, they're going to be an improvement.
Totally agree. Speaking of that broadcast.
Speaking of.
Actually, you know what we forgot to do? Little King of the Prairie.
Oh, good call.
Little King on the Prairie.
King little on the prairie?
I don't know. I'm thinking of something else. King
little house on the prairie, little king on the prairie. I like that.
I was thinking of.
I kind of like that.
King of the Prairie from this game. Shout
Brought
out to
to you
Prairie
by
Artisan Ales.
Prairie Artisan Ales. I do want to plug. Usually I plug their new beers, which they always have new beers. They're great. But this Saturday, so if you're listening to this right now or on Friday, Saturday, this weekend, Prairie is hosting the 2025 Barrel Aged Stout Release Festival. Saturday morning, you have to get tickets, but you can go on down to Prairie OKC from 8:30 to 11 a.m. They're going to have a ton of barrel-aged stouts, some rare releases, bringing back some old favorites. There's 9 different beers in total. They're also going to have Waffle Champ there and some coffee from Junction Coffee. So a great way to start your Saturday.
That is awesome. Great shout. I'm not drinking any Prairie tonight. I'm drinking this stale kombucha that was in my fridge.
Gross,
that my
dude.
girlfriend did not finish. I was like, hey, you ever going to finish that drink in the fridge? He was like, no. I'm like, okay, I don't want to waste it. So
I had a Prairie Ale, but then the game went to double overtime, and it's gone now. I thought about bringing the empty can just as like a prop, but that felt like doing too much.
Yeah. Smoot said, you're telling me a barrel aged that stout?
That's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Who are you going with for your little king on the prairie?
My little king on the prairie, probably Ajay Mitchell. He's not gonna.
Okay.
I like going with the SGA. Could be this every time, so I always like going with the second option.
I like that.
And yeah, I mean, there were probably less frustrating moments from Ajay Mitchell tonight than there were SGA if you were watching at home.
That's true.
So I'll give it to AJ. Career night from him. He looked awesome. Need him to play like 25 minutes a game. I don't know how it's going to work. There's a lot of good players in the team, but he needs to play.
If he keeps this up, he will. He absolutely will. You can't avoid it.
Nope.
Well, then I'll go with the big king on the prairie. The big king has to be SGA. You can't set a career high and not be the king of the prairie. Not a perfect game from Shai tonight, but through 2 games, it feels like he might be better than last year, which is just an insane thing to say. Like I don't necessarily pin his negative plays tonight solely on him. I think it was a little bit of the function of everything else on the floor or not on the floor. Yeah. But some of the things he's done so far and through the preseason, which put a big asterisk on the preseason performances, but he's freaking good.
Yeah, I mean they could double him without any worry tonight.
Yeah,
like
exactly. That's not normally the case.
No. Shout out to SGA. Big King on the
big
prairie.
King, big King and little King.
Yes. All right, now we can talk about ring night.
Ring night.
We had the privilege of being there.
Yes.
Started at 6:00. Kind of came. We had a pretty good angle of everything that was there.
Yeah. We didn't know, so nobody knew where the banner was going to be raised. The banners had been on the ends of the court before. Yeah. And then we walk in and they're on the side, like above the benches, which was new. But then there was this extra little rafter just hanging all by itself next to the scoreboard. And it just happened to be like straight in front of our seats. So total luck that we picked those seats. But it was awesome because when they raised it up, it was right in front of our faces.
Front of us. Really, really cool. I mean, they did the obvious. Adam Silver came out, got booed, gay. Which, does that always happen?
Yeah. You always boo the commissioner.
Okay. I knew it happened at draft night. I just didn't know if I
don't know if it happens at ring night, but I like it.
It was cool. I liked the vibes. So Adam Silver came out, said, congratulations, you should all be very proud, yada yada. Gave Clay and Sam the rings, and that was when we kind of got our first glimpse of what was going on, where they had the case that the ring was in. And we could tell from our seats and on the Jumbotron that once you flipped it up, there's a screen inside that played something. And as each player started to come out, and they introed the players by least tenure to most tenure.
I thought that was super cool.
Really smart. Because number one Dylan Jones?
Yeah.
Who is obviously not on the team, but I'm glad
it was cool that he was there. We were wondering if he would, and it was cool to see him there.
Yeah. And you kind of got to see that it looked like they were playing highlights on inside the case, like on that little screen.
It's really cool.
The ring itself, we finally got to see as players kept coming out in their badass like bomber jackets or Lettermans, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah.
What do you think
Those
about
were
the ring
super cool.
itself?
It's awesome. Ring Inception. It's got a ring inside the ring, so you can wear your ring when you're not wearing your ring. I think Exhibit designed it. A throwback. No, it's super cool. Some interesting details that I thought. One, it was designed by Jostens.
Yeah, like the people who designed like the high school.
Exactly.
rings.
When I first saw that, I was like, really? But they were kind of using it as the debut of, they were calling it the Champions Collective, and they're trying to get in the like pro sports champion ring game. So they brought in, I'm blanking on his name, but a famous jewelry designer. There was a really cool video that showed a little bit of the behind the scenes, and he's done like necklaces for Trae Young, and he did the ring that had Chet, J-Dub, Shai, and Dort's faces on it.
Frost.
Yeah, So Frost. He's done all kinds of pieces like that. So he's got a history of doing like really cool, unique pieces, and I think you saw that come through in the ring. Some really unique cut diamonds on the front. You take the lid off, and it has a band inside that they can wear around. It's got 0 and 0 under the lid of the ring, which is incredible.
That is unbelievable. As the nod to the bombing memorial.
Yeah, that was really cool as well. Lots of nice details.
I'm glad there is.
Really cool.
I haven't like looked at other rings as much as you have, but I'm just glad that there is. You see color, like there is color on the front of the ring. There is the blue, the thunder blue there, right on
orange
the front.
around the side of the ring.
Orange around the side. I really like it. I mean, it feels so odd to be like looking at a piece of jewelry that is this expensive and like criticizing it in any way because it's so like glamorous, but
it costs more than my house.
Costs more than as much money as I'll ever make in my life. But really cool. Really cool.
It is really cool.
You got to see all the players start putting the rings on, and you got to see their reactions. J-Dub like flipped off the camera to start pulling with the ring on. It was awesome, dude.
I also saw yesterday, that the Wags also got a necklace. Did you see that?
Okay,
so
two things there. What I saw Wags, and I was like, "What the hell does that mean?" Wives and girlfriends?
Correct. Wives and girlfriends. Get with it. This is the thing. Wags is the thing.
Did not know that.
Yeah, they got a necklace that looks like the top of the ring, and it has their name on the back. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
I might start trying to date a player. Get a ring.
Yep. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Then the banner itself. I know I spent a lot of time thinking about what the banner would look like, because the division banners are white with a blue border, and the conference banners are blue with a white border. And I'm like, well, what else are you going to do? Like, I don't think they'd do orange. Never crossed my mind that it would be navy, but it looks really nice. It
does look nice. It's very simple, but I really like it, and it reminds me of that first alternate jersey that the one you really like.
Yes,
with the vertical white stripes. Like it is basically that in banner form.
As much as people want the Thunder to be something different when it comes to branding, it's a very Boston Celtics like approach. Like the banners are very similar to the Celtics. They're trying to be timeless.
Actually, yeah, I was like, what does a cool banner look like? And I googled. I just assumed Boston because they have 18 of them or whatever.
They're very simple.
Yep.
I posted a tweet where I pulled some different designs recently. This is one fun fact that I learned is this is the first banner of a team that has won their first championship in like 30 years that didn't have the trophy on it. So like old teams like Lakers, Celtics, like those types of teams don't have the trophy on their banners, and it's kind of just like tradition. That's how they've always done it. But like the Nuggets banner has a trophy on it. The Raptors banner has a trophy on it. The Bucks banner has a trophy on it. Going all the way back to like the Mavs in 2011 has a trophy on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting.
I'm trying to look. I'm looking
at the stuff I nerd out about.
Yeah, that's cool. I see. The Nuggets one is way different.
Yeah.
Way different. Okay.
Yeah, they got a big old trophy on it.
Yep. I like the simple banner.
Also really cool is as on our way out, they gave us a little mini banner. So everybody got a little miniature replica. Have you hung yours yet?
No, I don't know where
haven't either.
I don't know where to put it.
It's a
I have
lot of
this
pressure.
I have this banner behind me that I can never make it work in my frame. Yeah, you can see just you can see just the end of the banner. I don't know where to put it. So it'll go somewhere. It's cool. We got someone in our chat. JB asked, "Did you all get the hats?" Yes, we did. We got the hats.
Yeah.
Free hats walking in. Free banner walking
loves
out.
Loud City only, baby. One of the perks of being cheap.
I didn't know that was the case.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I learned that from Smoot, actually.
Shout out to Smoot.
Shout out Smoot. Love that guy. Smoot was rocking my bomber jacket, and it brought a tear to my eye.
Wait, was Smoot there?
Yes.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, after you left, Jacob and I were standing outside the arena, and Smoot comes walking up. It was awesome.
Damn it.
We saw a handful of people. We saw JB. We saw a guy. I was getting a drink at halftime, and a guy named Liam, shout out Liam from New Jersey, came up and said, hey. And then as we were walking out of the upper concourse, I saw a girl wearing my shirt, which is the first time I've ever seen just like a pure stranger wearing my merch.
Yeah.
And I just pointed at her and yelled at her. And I was like, I like your shirt. And then her and her friend go, you're Justin. And then she saw you guys and goes, it's the fellas.
I remember that. That's so
it was
cool.
the best. So awesome.
That's cool.
It's always very, very humbling, very cool to meet all of you that listen. Really, really cool.
Yeah. Love it every time. I got to meet Hunter Harjo from Twitter.
Nice.
Met another guy there that I don't want to get his name wrong. And so I'm not remembering it 100%. If you're in the chat, let me know. I don't want to get your name wrong. Shake your hand twice. I remember you. Yeah, it was cool. Really cool.
Really
I was
cool.
a little emotional being in the arena again for the first
night,
time
man.
since Game 7.
Yep. Really fun night.
What else? Steven Adam and Jeff Green stayed to watch the ceremony. Kevin Durant, of course, did not.
Katie did not. Also, you had Serge Ibaka in the building, who we saw. We walked by, and you compared his outfit to
Melania Trump. That's who he was dressed like.
One of my favorite things that happened that night.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
It's always fun. The rare times like us gets to like go to a game together and we do our usual podcast riffing in the middle of the game.
During the game.
So I turned to you in like the middle of the second quarter and was like, I missed this joke opportunity earlier. I was gonna say Serge was dressed like Melania Trump. That's just stuff you miss. You miss that stuff.
It's good. It's real good. You were dead on. And then Carmelo was there because of the NBC broadcast.
Yep.
And he got like a big standing ovation. I'm like, man, how much do you think that just rubs KD the wrong way? That a guy like Melo gets a standing ovation.
Yeah.
While the Thunder crowd is still passionately booing KD.
I think it shouldn't piss KD off because it is not hard to earn acceptance.
Yeah, right? The bar is low.
The bar is so low to earn.
If we gave Melo a standing ovation.
It's like so easy. If you're nice to the city, if you're complimentary to the franchise, it's so easy to gain our like gratitude. And why is everyone saying I'm on thin ice? Avoiding a colonizer joke. Thanks, Jade. I don't know what that means. I missed it. Okay, I avoided it. It's fine. But KD just shoots. I've been over the KD stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, but since like the year Dame eliminated that Thunder PG team, I was like just kind of over it. Like that era's over. I've moved on. But the city can't until he
shuts up.
He just keeps saying.
Stop talking.
He just keeps saying horrible stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with
like,
you.
are you looking forward to meeting anybody at the arena? No.
Wild.
Okay. Like just say something nice. Like we want to welcome you back.
Yeah.
It's I want to. I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I'll get ratioed to hell if I tweet that. But like I would love to welcome him back and honor him because he was very important to the city and the team and all that.
It'll happen one day.
He can't stop hating.
It'll happen one day, but he's not making it move any faster, that's for sure.
No.
The actual basketball game that was played was pretty neat as well. Not a bad start for the first game of the season.
No.
We talked a lot about Chet's negatives. Chet was phenomenal in game 1. Started 7 for 7, was like so fluid moving around. It was instant flashbacks to the beginning of last season. Chet also had speaking of KD, new pair of shoes that he was rocking, a PE pair of KDs that were like purple with leopard print called
really cool.
Thunder and Rain, REIGN. Really cool.
Really, really cool. And there's the TikTok of Chet singing the Rick Ross song.
verse.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, like I love it
goofball
because that is who Chet is. He dresses like a Yakuza boss and just is corny, but that's who he is. If he's like it, Taylor's gonna
100%.
be the first one of us to make the turn of he needs to get off TikTok. He needs to get off.
Spend more time in the weight room.
Eat a burger.
Eat a burger.
That'll be Taylor will make the first turn there.
I think he tweeted something similar tonight. I think he was half joking, but only half.
Taylor gets those half jokes off where it's like, I know there's some truth in there. You're saying what you believe a little bit.
Yeah. It was a great game. The Rockets were carried by Şengün just turning into Nikola Jokic, hitting 5 threes for some reason. Like, I don't think that's real. Do you?
What did you say again?
Şengün hitting 5 threes?
If it is real, damn. Because he hit 21 all of last year.
Yeah. He never had a game where he hit more than 2. And he comes out game 1 and just drains 5.
Yeah. There was, and Amen, like, still can't shoot, but he's super, super dynamic.
Great defender.
Great defender. Hit some clutch shots. He left due to, like, cramping.
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm. The size of Houston was definitely a challenge for Oklahoma City in that first game. A lot of offensive rebounds went Houston's way. But I think it was a good test. The Thunder didn't, just like tonight, the Thunder didn't play their best. Shai had 5 points at halftime, which was just mind-blowing. When was the last time that happened?
He was trying to get, it felt like he wasn't even trying to score in the first half that much. He was just like, let me get everyone else involved. And he did a fine job of that. But
well, he tried, and no one could hit shots.
That was the Lou Dort performance.
Jacob and I were talking during the game of like, man, I don't know what his numbers are, but it feels like he's probably got 20 potential assists in that game, but nobody could hit a shot. And then fourth quarter and overtimes, he just said, all right, let me go do this. And he did, like he always does.
Yep. And double overtime on a Tuesday night.
I liked when he had 11 points with 6 minutes left in the fourth. He scored a bucket to get to 13, and I turned to you and Taylor, and I said, bold prediction, Shai still hits 30. And then we all laughed because what a ridiculous thing to say. That's not real. And then he does.
35.
I didn't predict it would come in double overtime, and I wasn't being serious, but it happened, and I'm counting it.
His stat line would have looked so different had the game not gone into overtime.
Yeah.
He has scored 90 points in the first 2 games.
That seems good.
Pretty good.
How many free throws, though, JD?
A shitload, and I don't care.
40-something.
A lot. Indiana just can't guard him. Like that was the case in the playoffs. That's the case now, and he's just
correct.
I mean, Nembhard could, but Nembhard was out, so everyone else can just get their ass beat, I guess.
Yep. The chat has been demanding it. We have to talk about it. The KD play at the end of the first overtime. KD gets the rebound, lands, very demonstratively calls timeout.
Yep.
Refs don't see it.
He says it and does the
right. Shai said post game. He said he called it verbally and physically multiple times, but the refs didn't see it.
Yep.
I don't know how that happens, and I don't know how it happens in the moment. Like, I've watched the replay a couple times. They're definitely looking at him. Şengün is kind of in the way from one of the angles, but like, there's 3 guys on the floor, and you're telling me not a one is looking at the guy that just got the ball? Like, none? No one. No one's looking at the ball.
No one's looking at that guy or how anyone's reacting afterwards.
Amin Thompson called timeout too.
And Şengün,
not Amin. He was out. Jabari Smith. Smith started to signal timeout too. Like, you're telling me nobody saw that.
And Şengün ran to KD
and tried to save him.
No.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. Here's the thing that gets me. If this is your excuse of, well, we didn't see it, tell me that's how it plays out if they had a timeout left.
Right.
Is there any world in which there's 2 seconds left in a tied game, Kevin Durant gets a rebound, signals for a timeout, and the refs don't give it to him because they're like, meh, we didn't see it. Oh, well,
really,
like it's
really
like a
good point.
Tim Robinson sketch.
It
like,
is.
oh,
It's
well, we didn't see. Like, what's the
sorry.
basis for that?
Yeah.
Moving forward of just like, I didn't see you call timeout. Sorry.
Guess it didn't happen.
Like, you can't do that. That's not how this works. Like, I know there's rules around what you can replay and what you can't, but there's no world in which that game ends like that if the Rockets had a timeout left. So I don't know how you let that happen just because they don't have a timeout. That doesn't make any sense to me.
No. I was frantically looking to see if I had any Tim Robinson sounders, and I do.
I don't want to be around anymore.
I'm going to put in a call to the FBI right now. Hey, I want you to look into this joker, Zach Zarba. Because the Zarbs.
Big
The
Zarb.
Zarba Zarbin. That was insane to me. That is where I lost my voice, was in that moment. I was belligerent. That was insane. I still don't get it.
No,
I still don't get it.
completely outrageous. But they won.
But they won. Thank goodness they won.
Both games, Tuesdays and tonight's, pretty outrageous in their own special ways.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, the Thunder are 2-0, and now they play the Hawks on Saturday. I think.
Indeed, they do.
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta, another 6:30 start. Another kind of early start.
Yep. We're gonna talk about the major NBA news today, but we're probably gonna save that.
Come back Sunday.
You know, the mafia.
Maybe we'll have more arrests by then.
The poker, the mafia, the sports betting, the FBI stuff. You know,
bonkers.
Tiago Splitter is currently the coach of the Portland Trail Blazers.
It's bonkers.
It's a lot.
I woke up to that this morning. Like, the first thing my eyes saw was the Shams tweet that Terry Rozier had been arrested. I was like, good morning. Hello.
The first thing, my friend texted me, bye Chauncey. And I was like, what are you talking about?
What does that mean?
My phone is on like, the iPhone has like the focus modes.
Oh, yeah.
And my work one that I wake up to does not include Twitter. So I didn't
Smart.
see it.
Probably smart.
So I got on Twitter and it's like, Chauncey Billups has been arrested. I'm like, oh God, what is happening?
It's crazy. And Pablo Torre had some tweets about it where he was getting into like the affidavit and stuff like that. It doesn't look good. Chauncey Billups was a, quote, central figure of both the like poker card game ring and the game like fraud, like NBA game fraud ring, which is nuts.
It's insane, dude. And I saw a tweet that's like, here's the type of technology that is used at rigged poker games. And it's like, am I watching Casino Royale or like Ocean's 11?
Yes.
Like,
it sounds like a movie plot.
happening?
It sounds like a movie plot.
X-ray glasses. This is the dumbest shit of all time.
Absolutely crazy.
The NBA just always has something. The aspiration stuff, this.
Yep.
I don't know what's going to come next, but
it's nuts. We do have another super chat I want to make sure we don't miss from our guy, Alan. He says, the commentary says we will retire KD and Harden's jersey numbers. At this point, I only see Westbrook being the only one for now. What do you think? You think just Westbrook, or you think
I don't
more?
think Harden. I don't think Harden gets.
I don't think Harden either.
KD, yes.
I think KD will.
Might take a long time.
I think it might take a long time. You do rest first, absolutely.
But yeah,
I don't think you do
long.
Harden. You can't be in a city for 2 years and get your jersey.
Like,
retired.
I wonder if SGA gets his jersey retired before
Ooh,
KD. Like,
that's
it
interesting.
Could be something like that.
That's very interesting.
So
It'll be announced that KD is a part of a crime ring with the New York Mafia families, and then we'll have to take his jersey out of the rafters.
Oh God,
we just want to avoid all that.
The final nail in KD's legacy. I'd start a comment from Thunder Chick earlier. She said, I didn't expect to be so emotional, but almost cried watching the guys watch the banner. Yeah, it was awesome.
I thought it was really cool that they all touched the banner.
All touched it.
I don't know. I haven't paid that close attention to other banner ceremonies, so I don't know if that's a thing that other teams have done. I don't remember seeing it, but I thought that was really cool. Like, how many people can say that they laid a hand on it? Probably not very many.
Not very many.
I thought that was a really, really cool moment. I also loved seeing Dub out there. like in the jacket. He went and put on street clothes for the game, but being out there like in the warm-ups and all that kind of stuff was really
He was
cool.
dressed like Blade during the game. I saw. Like,
Yes, he was.
yeah, it's awesome.
That's a great poll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also kind of cool, something I came across today. I tweeted about it. Topps is doing these Topps Now cards this year. And so there's like new cards coming out after every game. And so
That's cool.
there's 2 for the ring ceremony that are out right now. One that's the big 4, if you pull Lou in with their rings.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then another one that's Shai, and it's like his 35 points in double overtime.
Mhm.
And they're only available, it's like through tomorrow, and then they're gone.
That's
And
cool.
then I'm assuming tomorrow they're going to add more from tonight's Rock fight, and kind of a cool thing. I'm not a huge like sports card guy, but I thought that was kind of cool.
There's a lot of little stuff like that they're doing in the NBA this year with the like
With all the
opening night
patches.
and the award, like the Depoy Rookie of the Year and MVP.
Yep. Yeah,
have,
Shai
like,
had
the-
his gold logo man tonight for the first time on the
It's
back
cool.
of his jersey. It is
cool.
cool.
I like the little stuff like that. But,
Yep. We got to enjoy it because Shaolin Wimby's about to
dude,
take over the league.
yeah, it's the Wemby area. The Chinese Wemby era is beginning.
The Wimby dynasty.
Yeah. Yes, it's the
Get
Wemby
it?
dynasty. It's the
Okay.
Wemby dynasty.
Fair.
Maoism is taking over once again.
The Red Scare.
The Red Scare.
Is
Don't I
back.
have a sounder from Jacob saying something about
Being a communist.
yeah, where is it?
Was that from this last show?
No. Something like that gets said almost every show, but it wasn't. There it
There's
is.
a chance I'm a Chinese nationalist.
Me when I'm
Fantastic.
a fan of Victor Wembanyama.
Fantastic.
All right, we got to get out of here. We'll be back. We'll be back on. Are we doing? We're doing this Sunday. Sunday's our
We'll be
next one.
back Sunday.
Sunday. For those of you screaming and clawing for Jacob in the chat, just send him a bunch of DMs and he'll be there on Sunday. Thanks for listening. Thanks for staying up with us. It's a later show than usual, but we had a lot of fun. We'll see you then. Until next time, Thunder up. Adios.